So, I woke up like 2 hours ago and my voice is still like this. 1, because I'm not a morning person. 2, because I haven't talked to anyone yet. So, my voice will probably be changing a lot by the end of the video and it won't be as raspy. But I basically just wanted to explain what happened to me at the Global Citizen Festival and my point of view of what happened and just like the entire experience, not just like the end of it. And I was going by myself. I usually end up going alone to concerts. There were roughly 60,000 people there and like that blows my mind, especially because we were in the middle of Central Park and like I don't know how I just don't know. I woke up around 9:30, got ready. I left my dorm around 10:45. Yeah, closer to 11. And I got on the subway. I went straight to Central Park. The line was already insanely long. Like, people slept overnight to get good spots, and that's insane. Like, I could never do that. So I got online and I waited. I got there at 11:30 and I waited to get into the actual venue around 3:20, I want to say. So I waited a few hours. I had cereal for breakfast. I didn't want to drink coffee like usual because I would have had to pee like several times and I did not want to lose my spot, especially because I was alone. I didn't even have anyone, whatever. So didn't drink coffee. I had half a water bottle with me. Didn't think of bringing any food. I literally don't know what I was thinking. I was hungry. I was thirsty. I was tired. People were nice enough to like give their snacks to people. So this one girl or a few girls were giving out pretzels and chips and etc. Like, they were so nice and I thank them for that. So if you're watching, thank you. And then we finally got in.
To our shores. And that when we're a stronger country when we pledge to fight disease and poverty, not only within our...
And I ran to the water station. I ran to get food. So they had like salads and little snack boxes. So I got a snack box with water and the snack box was crackers, cheese, and grapes. So I was like, okay, it's like a little thing to hold me over. Like, that's fine. And I got there pretty early thinking that the doors were gonna open at 2. I got there at 11:30 and I thought that was early enough, but since people were waiting online since the night before, I was still pretty far back and I was like mid-stage. That's what my view looked like. It was good. I mean, obviously I couldn't see the stage, I couldn't see the performers. Like, once every second I would see the person performing on stage. I'd like stand on my tippy toes or have to jump or like look really really closely to see like them on the stage, but other than that I would mainly just look at the screen and that wasn't too bad. Like, I was mainly there for Sean and I've seen him several times, so I wasn't that mad, but I also like wish I could have seen him and not watched the screen like I do every day. Other than that, it was cool like listening to all the artists perform. Didn't expect there to be so many guest speakers, and Mark Ruffalo showed up and I literally started crying because I love him. Oh my god!
Oh my god.
I don't even know. And then obviously Hugh Jackman.
This is my wife. This is my daughter who's out there.
Him and his wife started the whole thing, so they were there and I love him. It was nice seeing everyone, and I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like everyone was there because they earned it, but when we were all in the crowd, it wasn't really like people were showing, like everyone was really angry. So I'm editing this and I realized that I forgot to mention there was a few like about to happen fights. There was one that I was like a few people away from, and apparently I think it was like this young kid like accidentally like stepped on this guy and he like got up and he was like, it's not okay when your friend steps on like someone, like, and they like obviously it's by accident, like they're not going to purposely step on someone, so I don't know. Everyone was just like very easily agitated and annoyed. Everyone kept crossing everyone, like people were stepping over people to get closer to the stage, and like everyone was just tightly packed in. I mean, that's a concert, but there were people sitting with blankets and people were like stepping over them, and like it just got really like obnoxious and annoying. And I get that people want to be close to the stage, but even from, I kind of gave up because from where I was standing, I couldn't see the stage and people were still trying to get closer, and I was like, you're like, even up there you're not going to see the stage, because I did at the beginning go up and I still couldn't see anything. So I was like, okay, I might as well just stand back to where I was comfortable, where I had more room, and people were still trying to go up, and I don't know what the point was that. Again, it was nice seeing everyone that I love, and seeing everyone speak, the activists and whoever who put out a good word, and it was a cool experience. So I have a bunch of clips. A few people came on, spoke. Robert De Niro was there, which I thought was really cool. So first, Janelle Monáe performed. She was cool. Don't know a lot of her music, but it was still cool. And then more people came on to speak. Yeah, so after, the AC is so loud. Okay, if you can't hear me, we'll find out. Anyway, after Janelle Monáe performed, John Legend went on, and he's a beautiful human being. Like, his voice, his stage presence, just everything is so beautiful, and I love that man.
And I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. And that's what I was like, all your perfect imperfection.
Sang my heart out. He's just, I don't even know, like, he's a great person, and I appreciate him being there, and I appreciate me getting to see him. After John Legend came on, there were more people talking, like really, like, I'm gonna wait. Okay, so in between every performer, there were some speakers and a few videos about like recycling and education, etc. I'll put the clips in of what I have in order, but I'm mainly just going to speak about performers, and yeah. So after John Legend, Shawn Mendes came on, Love My Life.
I got an idea, and I know that it sounds crazy, baby. I wanna see ya. Oh, I gotta ask, you got plans tonight? Yeah. I'm a couple 100 miles from Japan tonight, and I was thinking I can fly to your hotel tonight, baby. But I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. Yeah, I can feel the tension. We get better with the knife. Yeah, I know it's more than just a friendship. I can hear you think I'm right, yeah. So I gotta convince you that you shouldn't fall asleep. It'll only be a couple hours, and I'm about to leave. You got plans tonight, sir.
Literally, I will not get over it ever whenever I see him. It's been 2 years since the last time I saw him, and it was just great seeing him and listening to him live again. He was so cute. He messed up a part when he sang with John Legend, and meanwhile I was like in the crowd, and I was like, he's probably so nervous right now. He's probably going insane. Like, imagine performing with John Legend. Like, I just know Shawn, even though I don't. And I feel like he was freaking out on the inside, and then he messed up, and it was so cute, but it was so sad. But I love him.
You can't take my youth away, and you can't take my youth away. The soul of mine will never break, as long as I wake up today. You can't take my youth away, you can't take my youth away.
they performed together, which I thought was so cool. And then more people came on. And
wanna cut me down. Come on, I'm gonna send the flood, gonna drown a man. I am afraid, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me.
And then Cardi B came on. She was great. I love her music. Don't know every word, so I was kind of like awkwardly like dancing. Like it was weird. It was awkward. I did like seeing her live. She's hilarious. Her hair, she put a wig on that was so long and I loved it. I wish I could do that. After Cardi B, more speakers came on and they took a little break. So at the break, I went to the bathroom, came back, and literally this was about 7:30, 3 minutes after I come back, all of a sudden I just see a mob of people running at me. It looked like a wave. When you're at the ocean, it looked like a wave that was literally going to topple over you and you would have like tumbled and shit. And I saw them running at me and I literally was like, this feels like a movie. Like, what the fuck is happening? I just started sprinting with them. I did not want to get trampled. I didn't want to die. Like, if I were to like just not move, I don't know what I would have done. Like, my instincts were just telling me to run, so I ran. And everyone was screaming, they were running, and that's when I'm pretty sure they cut to a commercial, like on when they were doing a live stream or something. I don't really know how that whole thing worked. Literally just like going into, everyone lost their mind. Dude, at that point, like people were like crying, screaming, looking for their belongings like on the ground because some people were sitting and like those people got trampled over, and like everyone lost each other. Like I was there alone. So like one, it was pretty good that I didn't have to like find anyone, but two, I was scared out of my fucking mind. Like I don't even know. So I like kept like slowing down at certain points because I didn't know people were still running. So I like look back, would stop. People were still running, kept running. Great, good exercise. So just people kept running, I kept running, etc. I finally stopped when it kind of like I got to the back of the place and people were like calming down. Not calming down, but people were still freaking out, but they were just like, why were we just running? Like no one knew why they were running. People just started running.
What was it?
What the fuck's going on? I don't know. Nobody knows.
And so these two girls were near me. I was like, do you guys know what just happened? And they're like, no idea. We just started running because like a mob just came out. I was like, the same. Literally same. I don't know what happened. And I'm alone. And they're like, you could stay with us. Like, it's fine. So I appreciate them letting me be with them. And this guy was walking. I was like, do you know what happened? He was like, apparently there were gunshots. And it like didn't hit me. I was like, oh, okay. And I like literally stood there and he was like, I can't find my phone. Like, and he like had a phone in his hand. Like he had a few things in his hand. And I was like, okay, like do you want me to call it? And he was like, yeah. Like gave me his number. I called it, couldn't find it. And I was like, okay, I don't know why I'm like still here. He's like, yeah, like sorry, like you should probably go, like just keep calling it for a few minutes. And I was like, okay, like I will. And like I let it ring until it like ended the call. And I don't know if he found his phone. I hope he did, or whatever. I hope he was safe. I hope everyone was safe. I know people got hurt, but I hope everyone's okay now. So from that point, I was like, okay, let me get out of here. So me and the two girls were walking out, and there was a cop. So I was like, okay, like, what happened? Like, I went up to the cop, and I asked her a few questions, and she was like, there are apparent gunshots. The scene's being investigated now. There's NYPD's covering it, like, whatever. So I was like, all right, if a cop's saying there are apparent gunshots, I'm gonna leave. I get very anxious, so I was like, I'm leaving. I'm gone. So then I was walking with the girls, and apparently someone tweeted it was just the barriers falling, like, that made it sound like gunshots, and there weren't gunshots. Like, I feel like I stopped when the guy told me it was gunshots. One, because the event was so secure that no one would have been able to take in a gun unless, like, someone was, like, it's crazy, but, like, unless someone was, like, a part of it, like, a part of the security was like, oh yeah, like, go through, like, you're fine, and they, like, knew each other, like, whatever, like, that kind of thing, like, runs through my mind, kind of weird. But, like, other than that happening, there was no way that any weapons would have been able to get through. They were checking every bag, like, they made me take off my jean jacket, no pockets, nothing, and they're like, take off your jacket. I was like, okay, like, here you go. And I had a fanny pack. You weren't allowed to bring backpacks or chairs or anything where you could put a weapon in. Like, they were, like, only small bags. And then said it on the email, said it on the paper, they said it all when you were walking down, and, like, they were very good with security, so I'm surprised that, like, that would have happened anyway. But, like, again, like, anything can happen. It could be, like, right outside the arena area. Like, we were in the middle of Central Park, so there was only one section that was for us. Everyone else, like, it was an everyday Central Park visit. Like, it could have happened. So everyone thought it was gunshots. Ended up being the barriers fell and made a sound that sounded like gunshots. So everyone started sprinting and etc. What I said before. I was still very anxious. And a lot of the security was like, yeah, they're probably not going to put the show back on. Like, that was very chaotic. Like, everyone ran. Like, it was scary. Like, 60,000 people sprinted for their lives. No one knew what was happening. No one knew what was going to happen. I didn't. Like, I still don't know. Like, it was, like, crazy how our minds go to that. Like, a barrier falls, something sounds like a gunshot, and we all, like, fly, like, or flee, whatever. We all, like, we lose our minds. Like, we don't, like, that's insane how our world has come to that. The fact that I was there, being a part of it, like, in the middle of it, like, I was scared shitless. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know if there was, whatever, a guy with a gun or any weapon, or someone was like, a lot of times at concerts, people are like, okay, like, move back, give everyone space kind of thing. So I thought that was happening. Alright, the camera cut off. Anyway, a lot of the news channels tweeted, celebrities tweeted, the event Twitter account tweeted, everyone was talking about it. There were videos online of everything happening. Like, the news, like, a lot of people were like, the news is making it seem like it was less than it was. Like, I agree on to a certain extent. Like, they told people that there was no gunshots, like, it was just a barrier falling, there was a small, like, whatever, and I believe that. Like, obviously I believe them when they said there was no gunshots, whatever. When they said it was a small incident, was kind of like, yeah, it was small, but if you were involved, it was your whole life. Like, you were running for your life, and, like, people who weren't in that situation will not understand what it was like. But me being that I was in the middle of the crowd and people were just running, everyone started running. If you didn't run, you would have gotten trampled, you would have gotten hurt.
Okay, let's take a look.
We don't have return.
We don't see the picture that you guys are looking at right now.
Playback.
But just to describe what we saw when this all happened, all of a sudden, here we go. You can obviously see the spotlights were turned on, and many people started running towards us here at the MSNBC stage, towards the exit. And again, it was chaotic for a moment, but things have calmed down now. People are still milling about here. So the chaotic scene you're seeing now on your screen happened moments ago. Things have calmed down since then out here on the Great Lawn at Central Park.
I just want to reiterate that there was no gunfire.
I'm just thankful that I'm okay and I'm safe without seats, without seat numbers, without assigned spots, there were more people than I have ever seen in one place. Like, I don't know, it was scary. Like, the security guards were running, police were running, like, everyone was just like freaking out. And like, what were we supposed to do? Like, I don't know. Like, everyone just thought something awful was happening, and it's, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I wish I saw the weekend in Janet Jackson. Like, I wish that whole commotion didn't happen, because a lot of people did get hurt, and a lot of people are traumatized from it. Especially, even if it wasn't anything, like, I'm traumatized and like nothing happened. Like, that was scary. It felt like I was literally running for my life, and I shouldn't have to run for my life. Like, no one should have to run for their life, and that was freaking scary. So I just decided again to go home and came back. I don't know, it was just a crazy night. So I was standing on my feet for 10 hours straight, got back, and now I've just been chilling, you know. So I also just wanted to add that I had a great time at the event, and all other than the end of it, just like it was scary for me. But I just want to say that I do not blame the event whatsoever. I think it was set up perfectly, and they had great security. Everything was so good. Food, water, everything. Like, just the idea of it, like, it was a great thing. It's just unfortunate that our minds go to the dark side when something sounds like something bad. And yeah, I just want to clarify that it's not the event's fault. It's not Global Citizens. It's just the world we live in today, that what Global Citizen is preaching is that we have to change. So I think it was just a misunderstanding, obviously, and I hope everyone continues to go. I'm gonna try and go next year, hopefully. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that I do not think that it was a Global Citizen's fault, because it wasn't. But yeah, that's all I want to say. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and comment below if you were there last night and what your point of view was. I don't know. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Alright, my head's cut off at this one.